Hey there everybody, welcome to another ball game in the 2016 fictional set for History Maker Baseball. Today I'm outdoors on my day off and I decided to go to one of the local parks and play outside. I am under a shelter in case it rains because it is cloudy today and there is a chance of rain later, so I didn't want to take that chance. But I'm able to get the nature sound effects, so to speak, with the birds and the crows and whatever else out there. Somebody's playing basketball up the way on the courts up there, so if you hear some basketball noises in the background, that's what's going on there. This game is between the Why Nots and the St. Elmo Fire. It's game number 2 in the season for them. St. Elmo won the first game by the final score of 7-1, and so the Why Nots are going to try to even the series. As we get going, we'll go to the game day checks first and foremost. So what we're going to do is roll in the game day check and see what the condition of the teams are. Start out first with St. Elmo. They were the winners. So they're going to roll the 1 die and see if they can get a 1. If they get a 1, it'll be on this. They'll be harmonious and be on the sunny side. If they don't get a 1, if it's higher than 1, then we'll roll the decider die to check the mood finder. Results of 4, so we have to check the mood finder. Are they ready to keep winning? Yes, they are. So we're under the sunny side. So we'll roll for the sunny side, and we get a 2. And 2 is pitching coach. So we'll check and see what the pitching coach has to say. It's a 2. That's a major perk with a starter. Let's see which starter we're talking about. It's a 1, and that's today's starter. So today's starter, Darren Wells, will get a perk. Let's see what the perk's going to be, a major perk, so to speak. It's a 3. The major perk is he is hot until further notice. So we'll make that note on the till further notice chart. He is hot until further notice. So any of those right now checks, no matter what has happened previously, he will be hot continually. He will not go to the cold chart at all. Even if he's given up a hit the previous batter, this hot chart's going to override that. So that will be a good perk for them, a major perk for them. All right, now we'll go to the Why Nots. And of course, St. Elmo is semi-harmonious. We'll make that notation as well. All right, now we go to the Why Nots. That's a 1, so they are going to be dissonant because they had a 1-game losing streak and it was a 1, so that automatically makes them fully dissonant. We'll make that note, and now we'll roll off the Stormy chart. It's a 3, that's team trainer. Hopefully there's not an injury going on here. Let's see. It's a 2. It's an issue with starter, non-pitcher. Okay, which starter are we talking about? It's a 3, so that is an infielder major issue. Okay, infielder major issue. Major issue. But which infielder are we talking about? That's the one part of this game day chart that is a little bit confusing to me. I'm sure it's easy for other folks, but it says which infielder. This doesn't say. It doesn't tell you which infielder unless I'm just totally missing something. This does not say which infielder. So I'm guessing I have to roll for 1 maybe, or check for 1. I don't know. But it is going to be a starting infielder, so I'm going to have to edit the lineup for the Why Nots based on this injury. So let's see here. We've got a major issue. So let's find out what the major issue is first of all, then we'll figure out who it belongs to. It's a 3, and the major issue is injured until further notice. Injury until further notice. So one of these players in the infield is going to be injured until further notice. And let's roll the die. If it's a 1, 2, 3, or 4, we'll figure out which position we're talking about. It's a 5, so that's the third baseman, because that's the 5 is the number for the third baseman in baseball. So 5 is Franks. So we're going to have to go and make a substitution because Mr. Franks is now turned out to be injured. So Dylan Franks is injured until further notice. So we'll make that note on the chart for the Why Nots. That's certainly going to be a blow when you lose your starting third baseman. So we'll have to go to the bench and see who they can use as a backup, who they have as backup infielders. And let's see, they don't really have a backup infielder per se, or backup third baseman per se. They got a backup shortstop He's listed as shortstop. They're going to go ahead and have him play third base for this game just as an emergency. And they'll have to make a DL move and pick up somebody in the next game. So Kevin Niederhauer, who is listed as a shortstop, he's actually going to move and play shortstop. And Kurt Raisch, who was listed as starting shortstop, is actually going to move to third because he's got the infielder quality. So slight delineation there, and then we'll get the thing rolling here. So we'll go through the starting lineup and we'll make those changes. Raisch is now moved over to third, and the new shortstop is going to be, if I can find him again, Kurt Niederhauer. So I'm going to need to write in Niederhauer, and his qualities is he's an icon, and that's it. So we've got him at short. All right, so we are ready to go. I'll forego the starting lineups. I'll just do them as they come along, but you've already seen part of the lineup for the why nots. All right, we're ready to go. Darren Wells has finished his warm-up tosses, and he is hot until further notice, so that's a big perk for him. So right now the pregame checks are all in favor of St. Elmo, but that's why you play the game. You can never determine what's going to happen. So we start things off with Dennis Kerning, the center fielder. Raisch is the leadoff batter. Where did I put him? I got it backwards here. I'll get it straight. Got my score sheet. Score sheet has it all straight over here. All right, here's Raisch. He is now the shortstop. He's now the third baseman. And it's a 2-3-4, and 2-3-4 ask runners on base. Nope. Is he a hot batter? No, he's not listed as a hot batter. So he's going to pop it out to third, and we're underway from Gulf Oil Park. That's where this game is played. I almost forgot to do the umpires real quickly. They've moved one base over from the first game. Tony Gallo is controlling the plate. Julian Dawson is at first. Danny Hendrick is at second, and the crew chief, Rich Macias, is at third. All right, so Raisch pops out to third for one away. That'll bring up Dennis Kerning, center fielder. Check that. He's out of order. Let's put the cards back where they belong according to the score sheet. Reggie Horner is actually the second batter. They got all discombobulated when I had that injury. So it's a 1-2-2. Is he a workman? Pete Wells is not a workman. Is he a champion or a whiffer? He is a semi-champion, but the sire die says no, so he's going to line out to third. So second consecutive put out by the third baseman, and there's two away. And now Dennis Kerning can play. He gets the bat now. It's a 1-4-6. 1-4-6, does the pitcher have flash? Darren Wells does have flash, so it is a strikeout. Kerning does not have the good eye, so the strikeout will stand. And after half an inning, it is the Why Nots nothing and St. Elmo coming to bat. Okay, before we get going with the bottom of the first, one thing of note, I am using the power of the Strat computer to log the game itself. So as you can see there, the Why Nots are scoreless in the top of the first. There are our lineups for the Why Nots in their defensive positions. And I use the manual entry under Stratomatic. Use that to do the heavy lifting of the stat keeping. So when the play comes up, I hit swing away and I put in the play result right here after it is rolled. Usually what I do is I play a half an inning and then stop and update the stats and then keep going. So just wanted to put that out there for those that were wondering about how to keep stats rather than doing it by hand. If you want a quick way to do this, what I did is I went into the Strat computer game, created these teams, and you don't have to give them any stats. You just create their names and positions, and then you put them in their lineups, and the computer will handle it from there. So we're ready to go here for the bottom of the first. Starting for the visiting Why Nots, it is Jonathan Petrie, the right-hander. He's got star, double flash, and control, so some really good qualities there. Howie Morgan will lead off, the left fielder for St. Elmo. And it's a 3-5-6, so right off the bat we have the right-left check. Unfortunately for Mr. Morgan, he's a righty. Petrie's a righty, so that is going to be a strikeout. Strikeout all the way. So if I wanted to update the game as I'm playing it, I come right up to here, put in that it was a strikeout. Catcher made the put out. Boom, there's the one out. It's now showing one out in the bottom of the first. All right, so Howie Morgan is out of there, and Grant Eagle, center fielder, is going to lead things off. That's a 4-4-6. 4-4-6 asks, is the pitcher a star? Petrie is a star, so it's a ground out to second. And there's 2 away. So if I want to put that in there, I hit the swing away on the computer and check the box for ground out. And then it goes, fielder is second baseman, and he threw it to first. And there you go. That's 2 outs. So Grant Eagle is retired, and Trevor Boston is the batter. Trevor Boston, first baseman. He is the designated hot batter for this game. 2-4-6. 2-4-6 asks, does the pitcher have control? Petrie again has control, so it's a ground out back to Petrie. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for St. Elmo Fire. So we'll go over to our computer. And I won't show this anymore. I'm just showing it for this half inning. And it is a ground out. And that goes pitcher to first baseman. And now the sides are switched, and Darren Wells is back up there, and we're ready for the top of the second. So I'll just do a quick panoramic of the little shelter that I'm at the local park. You hear the birds in the background. That's what they're all about. And like I said, it's my Friday off, so I wanted to get out of the house and just kind of be by myself for the morning anyway, at least. So that's what I'm doing. And what better way to do that than to roll some dice in the peace and quiet of the nature. All right, so now we're ready to go for the top of the second. And it'll bring up Niederheier. He is the shortstop. He is the one who substituted for the injured Franks. It's a 1-3-4 gold catcher. Catcher Baines is semi-gold, and the decider die says he's gold. So it's a strikeout on Niederheier because of the gold catcher. So Baines being gold allows Wells to strike out Niederheier. 1 away for Dorian Cooper. Speaking of catchers, he's the catcher for the Why Nots. Dorian Cooper, 2-3-5. Is the pitcher wild? No, he's got semi-control. Is the batter eager? No, he's semi-patient. So he's going to ground out to second unless he is patient, but the decider die says no, so the ground out to second by Cooper will stand for out number 2. That'll bring up the first baseman, Alex Imbrogno. And it's a 5-6-6. Is he wild? No. Is the batter a good eye? No, he's semi-eager. So he will strike out, and that will end the inning. And down go Why Not here in the in the top of the second. We go to the right now chart, but it'll be for Petrie, not for Wells, as that was the last out. So bottom of the second, Kemp Brunner will bat off the right now chart. And Petrie, in his last out of the first inning, was a ground out, so he's neutral. So we have neutral against neutral. And we get a 1-3. 1-3 says cold pitcher. No, he's not cold. He is neutral. If he was cold, he'd give up a single. Otherwise, it's a line out to shallow center field. So Brunner flies out to center for out number 1. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Tom Engelke. Engelke, a 4-4-6. This pitcher a star? Petrie certainly is. It's a ground out to second. That's, I think, the third roll for star check. And Petrie has passed them all. Here is Mickey Pettis, the right fielder. 3-5-6, that's that right-left check again, and Pettis is a righty, Petrie's a righty, so we have yet another strikeout. So that's 2 strikeouts that Petrie has gotten on that left-right check in 2 innings, which is a little bit unusual. Doesn't usually come up that often, but it did there. So after 2 complete, we are at no score. All right, top of the third. Reminder again, we are at Gulf Oil Park, which plays big to lefties and semi-big to right-handers. So Darren Wells back on the mound, his last inning of full freshness. And it'll be Esteban Moreland, the left fielder, stepping up. It's a 2-3-4. Runners on base. No, there's nobody on base. Is he a hot batter? Moreland is neutral. So he's going to pop it up to the third baseman for out number 1. So 1 away, and that'll bring up LaMelo King, the right fielder. And 3-5s. That's good for the batter usually. 3-5s, ace or star. However, Darren Wells is a star, so that's going to be a deep fly out to right. There will not be a chance for a home run. It is a deep fly to right, so LaMelo didn't get all of it. And there's 2 away, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Petrie, as there's no DH in this league. So Petrie will be stepping to the plate. We got a 1-2-6 asking, is he fresh? Yes, he is. To line out to second and the end of the third inning. Nothing doing for the why nots. We go to the bottom of the third, and it'll bring up Lauren Baines, the catcher for St. Elmo. 4-6-6. Is he wild? No, he's got control. Is he a home run king or a slugger? Nope, Lauren Baines is not a home run king or a slugger, so he's going to hit a single to left field, but he's stoic, so he won't steal. But it is a leadoff single, and that's the first hit of the game for either team. Brings up the shortstop, Omar Ross. And you would think about bunting, but the pitcher is batting next, so they're going to let Ross swing away. 1-4-5. Struggler, no. So it's a ground out to third, which means on a lead die of 1, it is a double play. So it's a 5-4-3. Around the horn, double play. And before you can even blink, there's 2 outs. And the pitcher stepping to the plate. So that inning kind of went by the wayside, it seems like, for the St. Elmo. And the noise I heard, there was a squirrel over there getting an apple out of the garbage can. That's what that was. I was wondering what that noise was. The things you do when you're in nature, I guess, sometimes. Huh? All right, so Petrie facing Wells here with 2 outs and the base is empty. 2-2-3. 2-2-3, is he wild? No. Is he slugger or utility? Wells is utility, so he will line out to short. But that thumb means if he's a whiffer, that overrides that result, so he will strike out. So Wells is out on strikes, and both teams are scoreless after 3. We go to the 4th inning, and both pitchers will now become semi-fresh. It is no score. Top of the 4th and top of the order, Kurt Raish leads things off. 5-5-6, is he an ace? No, he's not. Is the batter a sad sack? No, he's not. He's going to double to right field. He's not active, but he will double. So Raish getting things going for the Why Nots with a leadoff double. That brings up Reggie Horner. Reggie Horner, a 4-5-5. Does a pitcher have flash? Darren Wells does have flash, so that's going to be a strikeout unless Horner has a good eye, which Horner does not. So the strikeout stands. Reggie Horner with the whiff, and there's one away for Dennis Kerning. Kerning, a 1-1-4. Is he fresh? No, he's not. Decider die says no. So we go to the next part. Is it sad sack or patient? Well, he's semi-patient, so we got to re-roll because the decider die has already been used. So we're going to re-roll to see if he's patient or not. And he is. So if he's patient, he's going to foul out to the catcher. So took away a potential base hit there. And there's 2 away. And that'll bring up the shortstop Niederheier. Last minute substitution because of the injury. 1-4-5. Struggler, no. It's going to be a ground ball to third base. And that's going to end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Still no score. And top of the order for St. Elmo Fire will be Howie Morgan. Morgan, the first time up, struck out on that left-right check on that 3-5-6 roll. So we can do this time against Mr. Petrie. It's a 1-5-6. It was almost another 3-5-6, but a 1-5-6 is blank for the pitcher. Is he a whiffer? No, he's not. So we're going to have outfield drama. So we got our first drama check of the afternoon. And for the why nots, everyone in the outfield is neutral. It's a 2-5. 2-5 says center fielder iron. No, he's neutral. If he was iron, it'd be a double. Otherwise, he'd make a running grab of a line out. So it's a blooper to center by Morgan, but handled by Koenig, the center fielder, for out number 1. That'll bring up Grant Eagle, and he grounded to second his first time up. Eagle, 3-3-6. Is he an ace? No, he's not an ace. Is he sad sack, utility, or patient? No, he's not. He's going to single to center for the second hit of the ball game for St. Elmo. That result was in red, so we will be going to the experience chart for the next at bat. Trevor Boston is a semi-icon. Jonathan Petrie is a full icon. So if the decider die comes up, they'll both be icons. And they are 1-6, and they're both icons. Icon pitcher. So that's Mr. Petrie. Fool's batter into swinging an inside pitch, ground out to short, and on a lead die of 1, that's a double play. So 6-4-3 to end the inning is Jonathan Petrie got Trevor Boston, fooled him using his experience, fooled him and got him to ground out on an outside pitch to pull it to short for an easy 6-4-3 ground out. And now we go to the fifth. It's still no score. And that'll bring up Dorian Cooper, the catcher. And we get a 2-4-5. 2-4-5 blank for the pitcher. Is he a hero? Dorian Cooper is, in fact, a hero. So he will single to left field, and that is hit number 2 for the Why Nots in this game. So Dorian Cooper leads off with a leadoff single. Brings up Alex Imbrogno. He struck out his first time up. 3-5-5. Struggler, no. Is he a champion? No, he's not a champion. He's going to ground out to second unless he's a whiffer. He is a whiffer, so he will strike out again. So Imbrogno taking the whiff for the second time in a row. We'll bring up Esteban Moreland. Moreland, a 1-5-6. Is he a whiffer? He's a semi-whiffer, but the sire die says no. So we are into outfield drama again. This time it's for the St. Elmo Fire, and Pettis is semi-gold. Everyone else is neutral. So if we get a dot, Pettis will be gold, and he's not. Everybody's neutral. 1-3. Center fielder Iron. Center fielder Eagle is not Iron. He is neutral. He makes a lunging catch of a line out for out number 2. So Esteban Moreland is gone. Brings up LaMelo King. And that is a 1-2-2. Is he a workman? Wells is not a workman. Is he a champion whiffer or a champion or a whiffer? He is a whiffer, so he's going to nub a single to third base. So LaMelo King gets a 2-out nubber single. And what's important about that is it allows Petrie to bat and kind of clear him out of the lineup now. Not saying Petrie can't get a hit, but it's not likely. So here's Petrie trying to prove me wrong. 2-2-6. And he did. He gets hit by the pitch. How about that? The sire die says yes. So Petrie not only keeps the inning going again, but he gets hit by a pitch. He gets plunked. Kind of unusual to see the one pitcher plunking the other pitcher. That could come back to bite them. They aren't going to like that. So Darren Wells maybe getting a little bit of a what with 4 from the Why Not bench. Brings up Kurt Raish, and it's a 1-4-6 for Raish. 1-4-6, does he have flash? Yes, he does. It's a strikeout. And, oh, I take it back. He's got a good eye, semi-good eye. The sire die says he has a good eye, so it is, in fact, going to be a ground out. And we'll say he grounds out 4-3 to end the inning. Nothing doing in the fifth. After 4.5, it's no score. Okay, we're ready to start the bottom of the fifth. And just as a side note, the park I'm located in is about a mile away from a little small airport here in Chester, Virginia. And what's significant about that airport is it's the airport that the University of Texas flew a private plane down a couple of years back to get Shaka Smart to come to Texas. And then last year, it was also the same airport that LSU came down and got Will Wade. So we know how it worked out in Texas for Shaka. Not very good. My feeling is LSU, you're in trouble too, because Will Wade's not going to help you. You're just going to waste a lot of money there, but that's just my own opinion. But anyway, that's a little tidbit from there. They didn't use the major Richmond airport. They went this more of a private airport that's for smaller private planes. And so this park is literally on the other side of the road from that. So really not close up to hear the planes, but you're certainly within about a mile driving distance or so. So just a little tidbit there. 2 former VCU basketball coaches now gone, and they all left by this little small airport from the 2 big universities, Texas and LSU. All right, I don't imagine Shaka will be at Texas too much longer. And Will Wade's time at LSU, his clock's already ticking because he'll be gone shortly too. All right, here's Brunner. You can tell my editorial opinion on that. All right, here's Brunner, 1-2-4, 1-2-4 control pitcher. Petrie is a control pitcher. It is a ground out to short, and Brunner is out, 1 away. Gonna bring up Tom and Gelke. Gelke, 1-1-6. Is he fresh? No. The sire die says no, so it won't be a strikeout. Is he utility or sad sack? He is neither. So he will single to left field. That is a single to left field for Engelke. So there's one on with one out for Mickey Pettis, right fielder. 4-4-6. Is he a star? Yes, he is. Petrie's used that star result to his advantage all game, pretty much. It's a ground out to second, and on a lead die of 4, that's going to advance the runner. So Pettis is out 4-3. Engelke will move up to second. He's in scoring position for the catcher, Lauren Baines. So a base hit could produce the first run of the game if Baines could come through. 1-1-4. Is he fresh? The side eye says he's fresh. So it's going to be a ground out to short, and so that's going to do it for St. Elmo. Their fire burned out that inning. So after 5 complete from Gulf Oil Park, we are still scoreless. All right, top of the 6th, and this is the last inning of semi-freshness for either pitcher unless the shutouts continue. If they keep the shutout going, they can keep the semi-freshness going. So we'll see what happens. Here's Reggie Horner to lead things off. It's a 1-2-2. Is he a workman? No. Is the batter a champion or a whiffer? He's a semi-champion, but the side die says no, so he's going to line out to third. So Reggie Horner 0-for-3. Second time he has lined out to third in this game. Here's Dennis Kerning, center fielder. And Kerning is also 0-for-2. 2-6-6. Runner on first, there's nobody on first. He's not the leadoff batter, so he will fly to right. And there's 2 away. 2 away, and that'll bring up Niederheier. And that's a 4-5-6. Blank for the pitcher. Is he patient? No, he's not. So he's going to fly out to center, and that's going to end the inning. And if you noticed, if I held it there long enough, it's in purple. That means the next at bat is going to be off the chemistry chart in the bottom of the 6th. So we're right back for that bottom of the 6th and that chemistry chart result right after this. Okay, we're at the chemistry chart, and from the game day checks, the St. Elmo Fire are semi-harmonious. The why nots are fully dissonant. So we'll need the decider die to determine whether St. Elmo is harmonious or not. They are not, so it's neutral against dissonant. 4-5. 4-5 batting team harmony. No, they're not harmonious, they're neutral. If they were harmonious, it would be a walk. Otherwise, it's a ground out to the infielder of our choice. Ross is a righty, so we'll say he grounds out to shortstop. 1 away, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Darren Wells, and you're not going to pinch it for him when he's pitching a shutout, so keep that going. 2-4-5. 2-4-5 for Wells. Blank for the pitcher. Is he a hero? Not hardly. So he will pop up to second. So Wells pops up to second for out number 2, and that result means we are going to the right now chart, since that was in red. In case you didn't see that, it was in red. So right now we go, and was it right now? Yep. So it's experience chart, not right now chart. All right. So Morgan is neutral, and Petrie is an icon. We get a 2-2. 2-2 prospect pitcher. No, he's an icon. If he was a prospect, it would be a fence check. Otherwise, he pops it up to the pitcher. And the inning's over. So we go to the top of the 7th with still no score. Leading off for the why nots will be Dorian Cooper, and because he's pitching a shutout, Darren Wells is still semi-fresh. Here's Cooper, 5-6-6. 5-6-6. Is he wild? No. Is he have a good eye? No. It's a strikeout. So Dorian Cooper strikes out, and that result was in blue. So we'll be going to the right now chart, and Wells from the game day check is defaulted to be hot, and he would be hot anyway because of that strikeout, but he's already defaulted to be hot. And Brogno is cold because he struck out twice in this game. So we got a hot pitcher against a cold batter. That's a 2-6. 2-6, hot pitcher, yes he is. Overpowers batter with best pitch for a strikeout. So Darren Wells just too much for Brogno, and Brogno now has the hat trick. He has struck out all 3 times. So that brings up Esteban Moreland, and the question is, will anybody score this game? Moreland, a 4-5-6. Blank for the pitcher. Is he patient? No, he's not patient, so he will fly to center, and we go to the Seventh inning stretch time. Maybe the birds can sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." I don't know. They're singing some other stuff over there, but I don't know about "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." But we'll be right back with the bottom of the seventh. Okay, during that seventh inning stretch break, I went ahead and updated the computer game with the scorebook, and you can see the totals now. It's kind of hard with that shading in the background, but anyway, Darren Wells, 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, no walks, 7 strikeouts, so he's solid through 7. Petrie matching him, 3 hits through 6 innings, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. So in a game where I've said in the past that this creates a lot of walks, when you get control pitchers, which both of these guys are, and you find the right roles and you get some eager batters, you can avoid those walks. So now we're ready for the bottom of the 7th, and in the bottom of the 7th, Petrie again will keep the semi-freshness because of the fact that he's pitching a shutout, and he will be starting things off against center fielder Grant Eagle. See if the Eagle has landed. 3-3-4, 3-3-4, ace or star. There's that star roll again coming into play for Petrie. It's a pop out to first. And there's one away for Trevor Boston. And we get a 2-4-5 for Boston. 2-4-5 is blank for the pitcher. Is he a hero? Trevor Boston's not a hero. He will pop to second for the second out. So we get a pop to first and now a pop to second. That results in red, so we will be going to the experience chart. Kent Brunner is an icon, and so is Petrie. So it's icon against icon. 4-5. Prospect batter. No, he's not a prospect. If he was, he would strike out. Otherwise, hard to field grounder batter out at first. Active runner would be safe, but Brunner is stoic. So we're going to say Brunner grounded to short and was thrown out trying to get there. So after 7 complete, we are still scoreless. And they're going to keep their semi-freshness into the 8th as well. And we'll be right back for the start of the top of the 8th. Okay, we start at the bottom of the 8th, and another good thing about playing the game with the computer in front of you, or in front of me, is it'll give me the lineup card. Tell me who's available, who's not, who's tired, and all that good stuff. So I'm looking at the why not bench. I don't have to go scrolling through the cards. I can just look right here, and it tells me automatically. With Wells a lefty, the most logical pinch hitter to come up here in the 8th inning is going to be Rodon. So since the pitcher spot is coming up second this inning, that's going to be it for Mr. Petrie. He's going to pitch 7 solid. Can't lose it. He could win it if they take the lead this inning, but he can't lose it. So Rodon will be the pinch hitter when that time comes. But right now, LaMelo King says, don't forget about me. I've got my leadoff spot here in the top of the 8th against Mr. Wells, who's still semi-fresh. It's a 1-2-4. Does he have control? He does not. Desire Die says no because he got semi-control. Desire Die says no. Is the batter eager? No, he's not. So it's going to be a walk. So our first walk of the game, I just talked about how we hadn't had any walks. And there it is right there. And now you'd almost be tempted to not pinch hit with Rodon because now you've got a bunting situation. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to let Petrie bunt. And that's going to keep Rodon from pinch hitting. Petrie's going to go ahead and bunt. It's a 3. That's a good bunt. So the way you tell it's a good bunt, basically anything but a 6 is a good bunt. So it's a sacrifice. We'll call it 3-4. And Petrie will be able to stay in the game because LaMelo King drew that walk and kept him in the game. So now Kurt Raish, the leadoff hitter, will step to the plate. He's 1 for 3 with a double. And that's a 1-2-2. Is he a workman? No. Champion or a whiffer? No. It's a line out to third. And that's out number 2. So 2 outs, 2 on. And that'll bring up Reggie Horner. Last chance, Reggie Horner. Horner, a 4-4-6. Is he a star? Yes, he is. Darren Wells is a star. It's a ground out to second, and the inning is over. So I prematurely filled in the pitching line for Petrie, thinking I was going to pinch hit for him, but tables were turned, so we'll be back for the bottom of the 8th. Still no score. All right, bottom of the 8th, and Ngelke will lead things off. Petrie's still in there, still semi-fresh. 1-4-6. 1-4-6. Does he have flash? He's got double flash. So not only is he going to whiff Ngelke, He's also going to whiff Pettis on that double flash quality, and that's where that double flash quality comes into play. Quickly 2 outs, and Pettis literally never had a chance. He was determined to be struck out from the beginning because that double flash. Here is Lauren Baines, 155. Blank for the pitcher. Is he a home run king? No, he's actually a scrapper. So he will fly out to center, and that's going to do it in the 8th inning for the St. Elmo Fire. So we've completed 8 here at Gulf Oil Park, and we are still scoreless. The question is, can anybody put a run across the plate? We'll be back for the 9th. All right, now we're digging deep into the playbook here. We start the 9th with a shutout. The pitcher does not automatically stay semi-fresh. You have to just roll the side or die. If it's a dot, he'll remain semi-fresh. So Wells is looking for the dot, and he got it. So he's still semi-fresh this inning. Taking on Kerning to lead things off the top of the 9th. 1-3-3. 1-3-3 is blank for the pitcher. Is he a slugger? He's a semi-home run king, but he's not a slugger. So he will fly out to left. That's 1 away. So Kerning is gone. Here's Niederheier. Niederheier 2-6-6. Nobody's on base to get thrown out. He's not the leadoff batter, so he will fly to right. 2 down. And it'll be up to Dorian Cooper, or we're going to the bottom of the 9th with no score. It's 2-3-4. It's asking runners on base. No. Is he a hot batter? No. Dorian Cooper struck out last time. He's not hot. He will pop it up to third. And Mr. Darren Wells has thrown 9 shutout innings. So we'll be back for the bottom of the 9th. No score. Okay, bottom of the 9th, we'll repeat the drill, and it's for Petrie this time. He has to get to the side or die to be semi-fresh, and he does, so life is looking good for him as well. For the St. Elmo Fire, the pitcher Wells is scheduled to bat second, so he will be lifted after 9 innings, and Ricky Roynell will be the pinch hitter. But first, it's Omar Ross, the leadoff hitter. And Omar Ross, a 1-2-5. Struggler, no. Patient, no, he's not. So he's going to ground out to third. And that's 1 away. And now Wells will officially be lifted for pinch hitter Ricky Roynell. So Roynell steps to the plate. 4-6-6. Is he wild? No, he's got control. He's been using it the whole game. Is he a home run king or a slugger? He is a slugger, which means he's going to strike out. So Roynell strikes out in his pinch hitting performance. Back to the top of the order for Howie Morgan, and if nothing happens here, we go to extra innings with a scoreless tie. 1-2-6. 1-2-6. Is he fresh? Yes. Well, the side die says he's fresh, so it's a line out to second. And we have a scoreless tie through 9 innings. So nothing doing. They can't decide it in the 9 innings. It's 0-0, no score. So we'll be right back with the new St. Elmo pitcher and the top of the 10th. All right, top of the 10th, and you see the box score there. Darren Wells and Petrie both pitching 3-hit shutouts. However, nothing's been decided as it's still tied. And now we got the new pitcher in the ball game, Roberto Morales, for the St. Elmo Fire. He will be in. He'll be an ace this first at bat as he takes on Alex Imbrogno, who has the distinction of striking out 3 times for the hat trick. 1-1-6. Is he fresh? Yes, he is. It's another strikeout. So that's the golden sombrero for Alex Imbrogno. He gets the golden sombrero, striking out all 4 times. Here is Esteban Moreland. 3-4-6. Blank for the pitcher. Is he eager? No, he's not eager. He will walk. And he's active, so he will steal. So Esteban Moreland from the number 7 hole draws a 1-out walk and then steals second base. So they might have something going here with LaMelo King. And we're off the chemistry chart based on that steal. So we have semi-dissonant against harmonious. For LaMelo King, they're neutral. 3-6. 3-6. Batting team harmony. No, they're neutral. Enthused batter would hit a drive to the wall for an out, for a double, if they were harmonious. Since he's not, it's a pop out to left. So LaMelo King unable to get it done. 2 down. And now we'll finally get a pinch hitter for Petrie as his spot in the order has come up. So Mr. Petrie gets the handshakes all around for his 9 innings of solid work. And now we'll look in the pinch hitting stack for the why nots, and we'll figure out who's going to be the good pinch hitter. It's going to be Scott Nettles. So Scott Nettles is going to pinch hit. Lefty is going to pinch hit for Jonathan Petrie. So it's going to be Nettles for Petrie with 2 outs. I'm sorry, with 1 out, 2 outs and a runner at second base. So big opportunity here for Nettles to drive home the run. 1-1-1. I would say it's a good opportunity. 1-1-1. Is a pitcher an ace? No. Is a batter a scrapper? No. He's actually a home run king. So a pinch hit 2-run home run by Scott Nettles, acting more like Greg Nettles, and he just blasted the why nots into a 2-0 lead here in the top of the 10th. He just blasted that one, took it way out of the park. Pinch hit performance extraordinaire, and Morales kind of chagrined about that, but can't do anything about it. Here's Raish, 1-2-6. Is he fresh? Yes, he is. So that's going to be a line out to second, but too little too late. So we go to the bottom of the 10th, last chance for the St. Elmo Fire. They are now down 2-0 thanks to the pinch hit home run by Nettles. We'll be right back in the bottom of the 10th with the new pitcher for the Why Nots to try to close the deal. All right, new pitcher for the Why Nots is Rico Jones. Rico Jones, the righty. He's got star, double flash, and control. He is the closer. He'll be facing Grand Eagle, Trevor Boston, and Brunner to start the ballgame. 2-6-6. Run on first, no, but he is the leadoff batter of the inning, though, so he will single to center. So Grand Eagle trying to get things going here for St. Elmo. Leadoff single brings a tying run to the plate in Trevor Boston. And Boston is a semi-home run king. 3-6-6. Blank for the pitcher. Is he a pinch hitter? No, it's going to be a fly to center. So 1 out as Boston is out. Here's Kent Brunner. He's also a home run king. 4-5-5. Does the pitcher have flash? He's got double flash. So that is a strikeout, and that's 2 strikeouts on the double flash. And that's going to be the way the ball game ends. Brunner and Engelke will both strike out thanks to the double flash, and the ball game is over. The Why Nots defeat the St. Elmo Fire by the score of 2-0 in 10 innings, thanks to a pinch hit home run by Nettles in the top of the 10th. And we'll be right back with the totals. Okay, so there is your final score. The Why Nots 2 and the St. Elmo Fire nothing. Winning pitcher was Jonathan Petrie. He pitched 9 shutout innings. And then Rico Jones pitched the 10th for the save. The loser was Roberto Morales, who gave it that 2-run pinch hit home run to Nettles to finish things off. And then Stratomatic with their little computer thing gives you a little summary at the bottom. Just tells you what happened. Gulf Oil Park in 10 innings. Tells you about how they cleared the fences for a 2-run home run. Both teams total 4 hits. Gives you the winner, the loser, and the guy with the save. So, and left on base, the Why Nots left on 5 and St. Elmo Fire left on 2. So a lot of strikeouts in the game. Obviously great pitching all around from both pitchers to get that 2-0 score. Tough luck for Darren Wells. 9 shutout innings with only 3 hits. It would have been good enough most days to get a win, but at least he didn't take the loss, but he didn't get the win either. So that's going to pretty much do it from the little park that we're at here, as this game is complete through 10 innings, or after 10 innings, and St. Elmo Fire drops it to the Why Nots. Both teams are now 1-1 on the season, and they will finish out the rubber game of their series tomorrow. So that's going to do it from here. Hope everybody has a wonderful day, whatever you happen to be choosing to do today, whether it's working or playing or whatever you choose to do. Roll those dice, whatever game you choose to play, and I will see you down the road.